I'm the chairman of the Transitional Interim Independent Elections Management Committee of the All People's Congress, where the court appoints for conduct the lower level elections of the All People's Congress. Prior to this, I've been chairman of the Constitutional Review Committee of the All People's Congress. I want to apologize to you for the delay we don't delay for conduct the election. The election was supposed to be held in days there, but we don't postpone them to tomorrow, Thursday. Now, the All People's Congress, as you all know, during the past 4.5 years, we don't face a lot of challenges. But inside this period, even though we don't face plenty of challenges, we don't get beaucoup success them back. We don't win beaucoup by elections them, even at places that we're not to we own strongholds. We don't get a new constitution. This new constitution is quite democratic. And at the end of the day, we can implement so starting tomorrow. This is a historic moment for the All People's Congress. So dear, as we go tomorrow, I want to let we all members say that this is a family contest. There are no losers. We all are winners. By the fact that you even declare, say you want a position, you don't win done. Because that shows, say, you elect the party. You want to work for the party. So dear, if tomorrow you not be declared a successful aspirant, not broke zeal, not vex, not say you come on the party or say you know they work for the party. No, that's not the attitude we forget. Now for continue for work for the party. We want to prove to the nation tomorrow and to the international community that we are a peaceful party. And we are a party we're ready for take over governance in 2023. So dear, tomorrow they go to the polls, let we all be law-abiding, let we all be peaceful. I also want to plead with everybody that the eyes of the nation are on us. And Lord, convince them by reactions that we are ready to take over power. So dear, there is victory for us all in the struggles of APC. This committee where the head no bias towards anybody. This committee can give a level playing field to everybody. So with a faith that wisdom inspires and a zeal that never tires, Lord, work for party, Lord, work for country. I thank you all and wishing all a happy holidays and a blessed 2023.
Why? Osai, Owakai, APC, back to power 2023. Now, me and Comrade Boris are there this afternoon purely for sensitize the people then for the lower level elections we'll forget starting tomorrow. With that, I just want to tell you, say, me and the technical lead for this particular lower level election, and also me and a member of the 25-man committee. We are very independent, our hands are clean, and the success of this country and the success of the APC lies in the hands of us as a TIENC. Now, I just want to give you a quick voter education now about how exactly this election will therefore go like and how it therefore look like. If I take una true, I just want to tell una say it was very unfortunate for me to be able to capture the total number of applicants and pictures. But because we know we get the pictures on time, we decide to do a very simple way, of course, the layman said to understand. So what we decide to do? Now for observe the process of the ballot. That ballot, we call all the candidates then, for send the representatives then, for represent them at every each ward, for all the positions. Of course, we already know that just 9 positions now we get at every each ward. So those 9 positions, automatically, every one candidate they send in a representative for being eye at that particular ward. So now, when all the members they haven't come together, what we do? We make sure say we do a ballot. That ballot now will come from the total number of people then we of course apply for positions in that particular ward. So when we run ballot from the first number to the last, we share out to them. Then they pick the number of the choice. Then that number now we can take for making represent you as candidates. And now this number we they choose for represent you as candidates. And for me, you know, say you know they only hold this number here. You understand? You get for also deal with a picture, where that picture will show your face, at least the people that you can vote and we will identify you and against your number. So for cut and short, please, we all know say some of you know go school, but we really get the intention for vote for the people who want at work level. Please, it just start like when man blind, they want vote by election. The electoral people will tell us, say, please, go watch for somebody where you say you trust, you believe, where you know say in the sea for you to come cast your vote. But this we own also. If you know land book, Now, right? For you to bring come somebody where if you say it gets you trust, you believe them, where we can indicate the number they have for you. Now, we specify then the day of 3 categories. The category A, I just want to show now. This is the first category of a specimen. The specimen A, there's something like what they say. You see all over inside the box here. You see first the position there. But before I take on through, I want to make one read through the comment. They say, please mark a number next to the candidate of your choice. That's not just a number we want. It can happen, say, 5 chairman and come up for one position, when are the chairman position. When are 5 people come up for just chairman position. What you can do? With the ballot now, at least when the chairman they have, will take different numbers. Now you chairman day, where you know say you get trusting, you believe in for representing that you want. Make sure say a number where you go choose on that day, when are the polling day, go either be number 4, go be number 5, or go be number 6. That number where you chairman take, now you put inside this box here. So automatically, that only the box for become waiting valid. For more acceptance, not to void that day, now valid. So as soon as they take a look at this one, this will show exactly how the numbers then go line in.
But before I go any further, I want to say we in partnership with Wiyad want send we condolences because this particular day, January the 6th, now be a very sad day in the history of our country. We pray that the people, the victims, on that sad historic day, their soul rest in internal peace. We pray God that that incident will be happen. You know, will never repeat now we country again. So, ladies and gentlemen, as soon as they see we guest already there with me, the renowned lawyer Ibrahim Sorie, the man of the moment, the person who gets all the responsibility. Now in the day with me now so. Then again, I get we professor all the way from Wiyad, Brother Sheikh Pierre. The man himself, Brother Sheikh Pierre, you take over. I mean, say I do it to family because you could better do it to yourself than me doing it for you. Go over to you.
We had done come back today, but this time we dey collaborate with Salon TV Live. Now yeah, for talk about things where they happen. Fumble, how na they do? This na SMVP from Wiyad. And of course, you know, waiting it can tell like any other thing. Where we did na this platform, now for make sure say we talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. And same way so, make sure say the one them where they in a position of trust. I mean, the one them where we put say una take care of them things there for we. They're always the answer to things them where you want for ask question but. So for sake of that, today we dey inside the program and we dey also with lawyer Ibrahim Sorie. Well, this not the big man, the one we sit down before Tranga one for make sure say the whole election for all the APC party member them we want for all different position them now the one whole country. Well, this time then get what they call the APC 6th region where now the first time this they exist though, but now the first time this for let the all them kind election they also for the one themselves where they oversee. So, it is also today for answer to plenty questions. Interestingly, things then just they unfold. And within the shortest possible time we will get them, it will answer to most of the questions then because we don't know if it will answer all. But still, we want to say Happy New Year and welcome to the 2 platforms we join and for get you today.
Thank you very much, Brother Sheikh Pierre from Wiyad, the man himself. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce lawyer Ibrahim Sorie to now. Lawyer Ibrahim Sorie is a very busy person, so we tell him plenty thank you that I take time off in busy schedule for January today for answer to some of the questions. Here are the hub of the diaspora. So all about the diaspora, people they get for watch this program and they watch this program here. So currently, go one year from lawyer Ibrahim Sorie himself. I don't want to delay any longer. I want to say let lawyer Ibrahim Sorie say adieu to family, please.
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. Happy New Year to me. Wishing you all a blessed 2023. And thank you very much for me. Very nice to be here.
Okay, thank you very much, Lawyer Ibrahim Sorie. And again, Lawyer Ibrahim Sorie, he was also the chairman of the 9-man committee, that constitutional committee, wasn't it? Isn't that not so, Lawyer Ibrahim Sorie?
Me, I've been chairman of the review committee, but we were 30, not 9.
Okay, yes, okay then. Thank you for that correction. And Ibrahim, so we quickly don't go to the program now because of time. We don't want to delay any longer. What's in the current state of play at the APC party with the low in regard to the lower level elections then? Because they see plenty petition and one from one prominent APC party member way now, Madam Sylvia Olainka Bliding way, I think now 100 and something petitioners. 78 petitioners. So it's not the current state of play in relation to those petitions and the elections them going forward.
Okay, thank you. As you know, we conduct elections on the 29th December, ward elections on the 20th of December. That was the day where I say we will conduct elections nationally in Sierra Leone. And we also conducted 4 elections after that 9th day, between 29th and 3rd of January. So there were not be able for on the 29th to 1 or 2 reasons, some logistic challenges, other certain disputes that needed to be resolved. So we held subsequently after the 29th, between the 30th to the 2nd. But 9% of the ward elections or more were held on the 29th of December. And they around for tell members there found plenty for the cooperation, for the energy, for the excitement, for the devotion, for the patience, because people stand on line for hours. People stand on line hours for just shows
We want to apologize for that. We go get for the experience this because of the internet, and it really different very difficult because of the internet. Where they beyond in your control and we own control, but still, ego actually they make some effort for see how we can able to get the interview go on and go on successfully. Lawyer Ibrahim Sorie, you get me please?
Yes, I did get now.
All right, so you line the actually the freeze. So we will get for the experience done. They will get for the coming between for the call you to attention whenever that happens. So please go ahead again.
Okay, fair enough. Yes, so as I've mentioned, so the election take place, and me once again thank everyone for the passion, the commitment, the patience, where people are in display on the 29th of December. Naturally, when elections take place, there are few people generally keen to satisfy or get confidence. So some people did have ending petition, which was part of the process, which is part of the way TGC been done design the ITGC as known as the governing council. So the petition to PRC, the non-petitioners are not 78 petitions, and we PPRC were about 39. Don't spend the past 2 days, yesterday and dealing with those petitions. So PRC, when they receive the petition, invite in at the committee, the elections committee. They also invite the one then ITG for make them, and we go there, listen to the petitions, to the petitioners, then in case Usai respond, we respond. Usai see in their own role to respond, especially when it becomes registration. Then so then they will done the plan for the days we don't done today. So now we for PPRC for giving on them for, and once PPRC come out with the rule, hope would be very early next. We'll be able for determine the next steps for take.
All right. So in case of, because waiting people them they actually call for now for a rerun of the election, them especially the one at Kailaun, constituency I think 002 ward 3, 4, 5, and 6. I hope I get that right. Now then they call for rerun because according to them, then say then they disenfranchise them, especially when it comes to the membership. Most of them, they try for rule them out, with the membership and all. So tell me about this thing. If at all PPRC rule in them favor, waiting this go get for me.
Only words in Akaila no more the act for rerun. The other people throughout with the act for rerun. The petitions them were generally any place. So more than others, but they were generally pleased. I don't know if he's going to rule. So
it actually unfortunate. Myself they get them very difficult for Yeri. We mean say me audience or me family members themselves got a fair and difficult for get you. I don't know if Supermed did get them clear.
Now they get them like they get that small
because
they
of the line.
Small, yes. I think that the line is.
Sorry, I don't know. Just say something to me, Gela Yeri. You.
Hello, I get you clear. They hear very clearly.
Yes.
Okay, better now. You don't need better, yes.
Yes. Okay. Sorry that really stop you because you actually get for go. But sorry. So continue.
Okay. So as I've been mentioned, so the demand for or the request for rerun not unique to Kailaun. They throughout several other places and the request. This is waiting the petitioners them the act for a rerun. Let no predict PPRC go say it's now then at their own domain and do waiting then feel say right. If there is going to be a rerun, we'll do a rerun. If that is what PPRC determine. But what you therefore understand is that this is held under a very tight schedule, and these elections were done in a way that no other political party has done before. Makes, I think, as members of a great political party before, appreciate and feel proud of that moment today, that we were able to conduct ward elections throughout the country in one single day. Just that boldness day. It requires a lot of organization, a lot of planning, and this committee was only formed 3 weeks ago. It was only formed 1 month ago, and the committee takes 3 weeks to execute this mandate. Now, if you now look at the national institution, NEC, TSL, and then they organize elections in Sierra Leone, and it takes them 5 years to organize elections, and then they get dollars in funding. Even if they do it in 5 years, even though they get 5 years to execute the mandate and then get millions of dollars in both from the government of Sierra Leone and from external partners, under the election, you still reach challenges that start because of late delivered election materials, etc. And those were the issues that we faced mainly on election day, the ward election day. Was there were a of materials here and there, and that is because we got the material. We tried, in as much as we tried our best, we had these logistical challenges there. And we all know the parties have not tried. They try now. They're not. It's not awash with funds. So the little funds we then give you, and then give very, very late. I must. We were able to pull this election together. For me, I think, despite all the challenges that we faced on that day, I think the moment will for reflect on and we say from the back for even the audacity, say we the take on that kind of challenge day. And for me, from your perspective, pull off, despite the petitions here and there. I can assure you that more than 2/3 of the country no petitions in more than 2/3 of the country decided a petition.
And that way you talk, you can always assure people, of the best. When I listen to you message just not before the election begin, a day before the election begin, you assure people them. When you be the chairman for the one them way and put together the constitution, you assure people them of this time around no selection inside the APC. So I like where they assure people. So on that note, when you begin hearing small confusion all around in a different place, not all over, but different places. Them we get for do it disenfranchising, the members. Them, for example, somebody go tell you say don't go pay, they say enough for vote. Somebody go say I get the party card, I get unique number, they say enough for vote. When you begin hearing all of them things, and how you try for put things in place for make sure say you prevent further complaint not for happen.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much, and that's a very question. So the of people not to vote, especially the one that we've been get payment, it because what you've been the hope for was that anybody will become a member of the party, desire for participate in this process, fit in the process. That is the spirit and what we're hoping for when we do the constitutional review, and that is the spirit we hope for going into the elections. Unfortunately, because of the immense dispute in the ITGC, even when the court now can give judgment in April, we give a timeline for do certain things. ITGC 6 months with dealing dispute between themselves. So even we own committee that should have been several months ago, just last month they performed. So all of that has affected the ability for doing a good job when it comes to registration. I go recall we have postponed the ward elections. We postponed them twice before we conduct them. The first time the ward elections were announced to take place on the 20th of December last year. Unfortunately, we get for postponement because concerns raised by senior stakeholders of the party from people and we aspire for become flag bearer of the party, flag bearer of the party. Meet with PPRC, they meet us with me and with ITG and said concerns about the registration process. For accommodating concerns, okay, let us proceed with the election on the 20th. We'll give ourselves another 7 days for try for bring in more, for try for make sure that those who want for register for become members of the party do register to become members of the party. We also, the 27th, that the election still not happened. We do the election by another 2 days for make sure that we give more time again to people to continue for register and proceed with the election on the 29th. The election took place on the 29th in Connaught. In Connaught, this was particularly a very big issue. So we had to reschedule our own elections again to the 3rd of January, just for more time to people for register. You want them to get payment slip, let them and take part in the process. We're not getting no interest in disenfranchising anyone. And we're not getting no interest in siding candidates against any other. We're not for just execute the mandate where the court and execute the mandate that they can make we do this work here.
I actually no one for me.
Yes, okay,
this kind
go ahead.
of comparison, but let we bring on this way because not to secret say, as we talk inside the country, we get 2 big political parties. Them, where people they look up to. If the one fail, then they look at the option for the other one. Yeah. So in the case of that one, they expect them for do the right things them at every point in time. So, but now we find out, say, most of the time, like you don't already explain, when things can change, when some concern can they, una can differ. In other words, una can push una election dates, una can change them. We see before ever the lower level, the world election begin, una change dates and pass 1, 2 term. Even some people now the diaspora, the torment now of they don't even know when or whose time they go hold this or whose time they go do this. So una concerned because this month, according to waiting the timetable been say, by the end of this month, una for the all una flag bearer election at the delegate conference, so una go put una flag bearer for able for team up for una do una work for make sure say able for secure the position una want for secure. So una feel say with them kind of thing they are small was still where they come up, so una go able for meet this una target for January.
Well, thank you very much. That's a good question. it's a concern. All the issues that we're facing now and the delays that we have is a big concern. It will definitely impact the calendar for definitely get an impact on the calendar, the election timetable calendar, and it is more difficult for meet the deadline where the court's been imposed. So as we speak today is January 6th, and I must let me my sympathy again and condolences to all the hotel family, all the ones that lost in January 6th, and the whole nation suffer 20 years ago. I know that pointed that out in the beginning of the year. But why I specifically mention January 6th is because January 6th, we should have now, if we've been go by way to we should have finished with all the almost with local elections, and by now we've finished the ward elections. We've don't move on to constituency elections. We've done that. We've don't move on to district elections, regional elections. Now, I mean, maybe all we should have been focused on now would have been the diaspora elections. So we don't really set back quite a bit, but we have to just take things in strides and understand that sometimes when you plan, things don't happen according to how you plan, and have to make the necessary adjustment. This is a challenge on we waiting at the committee. We have to deliver on the challenge. We don't have an option. We don't have an option. We have to support.
Yeah, like Ibrahim, so in regard to that particular question, where the answer to so, is there any constitutional requirement where we constitutionalists alone get where say any political party get for make sure say they don't get all the elections get them flagged there before certain time before the national election take place, or you can do them to the last day safe? Is there any requirement?
Constitutional requirement, they say you have to do this by a certain specific time, but ECSL in charge of conducting elections, and then already get a timetable of things and we didn't get for doing, including nation process, etc. So it is in our best interest we as a political party get a house in order and proceed do the elections there and move to convention, elect national officers, a flag bearer, so we can take this party, we can take the power on and get them out of power in June, which is our objective. The people of this country want change. The people of this country want PC in power. We have to, but we cannot say the people that want. We have to organize ourselves properly. We have to come out with the right message and make people know that we're ready for governance. The earlier we do it, the better for us all.
Okay, thank you, Ibrahim Sorie. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to Salon TV Live, the home of credible news, partnering with Weird. And again, we share fan why today we get to Ibrahim Sorie, we're the chairman for the 25-man committee, we're responsible for conduct elections na the APC party. And it don't come take time off in busy schedule for come clarify plenty questions them when they ask in relation to this particular ongoing elections where the APC party they conduct. And as we stand so right now, Ibrahim Sorie, so right now because of them petition, all the elections they are all suspended. Is that the case?
Well, I'm for me to proceed with elections when there are issues pending with the ward elections. I think it may make sense for us to wait first. But PPRC actually at the supervisory and until we say we'll hold on force back from them. One thing that I commission, especially is chairman. The chairman is very hardworking, and I'm sure he understands the urgency of time and the situation that we're, and he will deliver in very soon, and then
okay, so that meanwhile at the moment that means say all the elections them are all waiting for PPRC their own verdict. Like I'm saying, that's the case, isn't it? Well, over to you, Mbola
Yeah.
Shemepe. You want for coming?
So as we wait, you know, a lot of people get interest on the bigger picture. We, of course, now the flag bearer election what they talk about. I hope say you get me now clear because you picture yourself don't look different now. Did you get me clear?
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, it's okay.
I did get you
we don't
clear.
get better thing now.
Yes.
So, you know, people without all the eye, they on the, like when I can say on the bigger picture. And the bigger picture, we all know saying that the flag bearer race, yeah? And they want for see where the thing they happen. So, but this na area where me get interest on, seriously. How will I go make sure see this bigger picture on that delegate conference be very much transparent, it very much open for let the world see exactly what you know they do.
Okay, good question. And I think I need to make a big clarification. So according to the judgment of the court, not to this committee where they head, not to we own committee, therefore do the flag bearer race, not to they do national officers and flag bearer, which they do diaspora, regional, district, constituency, and wards, and the special organs, which are Women's Congress, Youth Congress, Young Congress, veterans, APC students, National Union of APC students, and the disabled wing. Now, they are in the nine we they do. But it's good that you bring the lower level, yes. Okay. So it's good that you bring this up because I think what we need to see from
internet business.
We're very sorry we don't lost someday. We're very, very sorry. We be already done the tell us say this is not the challenge we get for Face with regards to the internet. And I know say a lot of work then the way we not been the fine one. We look forward for let we see how we can able to get them again for the tell we will get better internet. But for today, a lot of things then the way don't skip with yes. Okay, don't come back. Welcome, sir.
Yes. Sorry.
For make a point on the delegate conference.
Yes, I think what we need now is for those aspiring for lead this party and for lead this country. I think what we need to see from them is true leadership, wherein people try to put their own self-interest aside and look at the bigger picture, which is the party coming cooling down tensions and misunderstandings within the party and just trying to make sure that everyone is calm and that we try to move this process along. I'm yet to hear from any flag bearer aspirant. In this particular moment, and to emphasize pushing the process forward, which is what we need. We need to make the process smooth, cleaner, better, fairer. This sport, all the Maggie, everything needs to be in this sport. And it will be good for our flag bearer aspirants leading that charge for unity, charge for push us forward, to make sure that we come together, not dividing us further, not dividing us into camps further. It would be good for our flag bearer aspirants to be doing that in this moment at this time.
So they can normally say for somebody win the flag bearer election, it get for start with the lower level election. So far so good. And I don't they get like people the way they get interest like they support the process for let it actually be successful?
Yes, people in diverse ways they help for make the process go successful. But as I say, what we really need now is for many heads or many people to call for calm, peace, patience, and more participation in the process. Yes, there are challenges that we don't face. There are experience they all don't get from the ward level we're going to make as we continue the process will become even better, smoother, and fairer, and even more fairer.
I attempted for ask you question where we don't ask you before. You know the reason because of nowadays you clear one. We mean say you will find some sensitive information. Let me just re-echo on them again, please, if you don't mind.
Okay, who's waiting at the question? Which
like
one
for
Larry
example,
on?
just like a recap, the lower level election, how you see them, and going down to the petition, waiting so far PPRC don't say. People need to get that information there again, please.
Okay, so the lower level elections for me, I think, was a very bold step for make the party take. It's the first time a political party in Sierra Leone they take that step. They say we do ward elections throughout the country in one single day, and the amount of time that we took to prepare and plan for this was just 3 weeks, which I think is a significant achievement when you take into consideration that NEC, where they get the mandate for doing nationally, they spend 5 years for prepare for this, and they receive millions from the international community or international partners. We did this on a very small budget, and were able to execute it in 3 weeks. And most of the complaints we'll get now the kind of complaints that we NEC they receive on elections day, which is ballot materials or election materials came in late, etc. We faced a lot of logistical challenges. We not get, as a party, we not get motokadem. NEC get several vehicles, etc. We not get all of those, so we had to struggle to get everything. But and the money where the party gave for organized elections came very, very late. At the 11th hour, last minute, we struggled, spent sleepless nights. There was no holiday for us. Christmas, Boxing Day, no holiday, but we were able to pull it off to a large extent. With the issue where they burn people now, where they paint people, or with very topical now about the payment, because that is something people are. Yes, all those allowed to vote. I will get for reference to the Constitution. I will get for reference as well to the ITGC rules. Also, anybody can feel free for making read the court in ruling. So the Constitution states for make you be eligible to vote, you therefore be somebody when I registered and paid up member of the party. The ITGC rules also reference that there as well. So that is the guiding criteria. That is the guiding criteria. Not so we do registration as a committee in ITGC DOAM. I know that they faced many challenges. Could they have done a better job? Probably they could have. But not to me do the registration, not to my own committee do the registration. We then done the registration and present to we a list. We then say, in that list day, we come with the ID, we come with valid membership for votes. And that was what we allowed. That is what is stated in the rules gazetted. We don't become law by ITGC. That is what is.
Do the registration, please.
Payment slip. Even for really find that everybody will pay, we want for participate in the process, be able for so by giving them the required documentation where they need for make them can participate in the elections. So unfortunately, that wasn't the case.
You know, actually, yeah, you say who that then do the registration?
I'm sorry.
Nah, the ITGC self do the registration.
The ITGC do the registration.
Look at this post here, a Twitter post here from Alfred Peter Conte on the 29th of December last year. He said the APC register that is out in the field was not made available to the ITGC or the Secretariat Committee. It is therefore improper and unvetted. In the interest of peace, the ITGC agreed that members of the APC and those who made payments to the designated bank account can vote. So how this thing they really work for people where ITGC they say they don't make it available to them, then una self where they in charge of the election, not una do but na the ITGC.
Okay, so during upon the court in judgment the court said that they should for ITG form a 5-man subcommittee when they handle registration, where they handle membership issues. So that committee then they handle registration, and how then pass between them, say the chairman saying or see the list, etc. That they are better positioned for answer that question. But at the end of the day, we were supposed to receive a register from this 5-man committee of the ITGC, and they submitted to us a register. As I say, ITGC, all of them, 21 of them, then forward to PPRC the rules which to be a registered member to vote. They not say you have to have a payment slip. And the Constitution also says you have to be a registered member to vote. Because of them concerns there where we don't say people can get payment slip but are not allowed, but have not been issued with registration cards. Now we don't postpone the elections on different occasions for make sure say we accommodate them concerns in the. At the end of the day, what's waiting at the beyond obligation as a committee now for make sure that we play by the rules, only by the rules, not to redo registration, but there are clear rules in the Constitution, where they in the ITGC gazetted rules. There are rules as to who is allowed to vote. If we allow anybody who not fall within that category, then there is a problem.
Now, Ibrahim, so let's just ask on behalf of people in the diaspora, then say the regional election, that for elect the regional election, I mean, member executive in the diaspora, then say, according to the rules, but according to what they come up from the body, then a tongue say, the delegates for that election, they need for travel, someone, maybe, I don't know if it is in Freetown, for go do them voting, for cast them votes. This is not the people who they contest, so the delegates will get for votes. Is that the case, or we're not able to work on that one yet?
Daniel, it's still a thing for that everybody they can fit on. That proposal, that's a decision that has not yet.
It's not yet been taken. So, okay, yeah. That's good for you make that clarification because people may think say
it's not still clear. It's not still clear because we begin wonder now. If at all, person get for go at tongue for go vote, within the shortest possible time, you get for think of in flight, you get for think of other necessary things that we need for put in place, you get for think about in job, outside the work, how if for take excuse, not just the grab and go. When I don't take into consideration all of them things and no say people them where even though they're the one for support the party, but they as well get things them where they do for get their living.
Yes, you're very correct, and those are very legitimate considerations we for take. Think about. So the reason why some people were saying do it in Freetown was because they wanted the suggestions we maybe not they receive were that doing Freetowns close to the term when they don't put for the convention, so that if people then can now, the one day where they come, then they are now for the convention itself. So that's not the reason why people they advocate. But as I said, unfortunately, because of all the challenges, all the delays that we are facing now, we haven't been able to take a final decision yet on where that convention will be held.
What's not the problem where at this crucial time we are not still able to take decision yet?
Well, the problem then, which will they face so now, which is we want to move the process forward, but we're stalled. But we will take a decision very soon, without a doubt.
Soon, but how soon?
I know. Very soon, very soon. Well, so you see, when it comes to venue, not to primarily take that decision in the ITGC, and this is again on the rules. But nothing where we involved, Pam, because now we conduct the election, so we're involved in those discussions.
So how often the committee, when the 25-man committee, they communicate with the 21-man committee?
So the 5-man committee, then our registrations, nine them they deal with the 5-man committee, and this is now of the ITGC.
Una for the election and the 21-man for the ITGC.
So we can communicate, they communicate quite frequently with the leadership of I did talk very frequently with Peter Conte. I did talk very frequently with Abdul Kagbo, when I the secretary. I did talk with them every day, yes, sometimes several times a day. So we're in communication, and I talk with other members of the committee as well.
Thank you, Ibrahim. So a quick one again. You be saying now they conduct election, say regional. So the national and the flag bearer election, who that they conduct them?
Well, according to the judgment of the court, now ITGC for conduct the elections there, not we.
Okay.
So how constitution we for Duam, but the court's judgment come and it overrides certain provisions of the constitution. So in this case, ITGC the court, whereas in the own constitution, this committee I mean supposed for Duam, but as I said, the court judgment overrides certain provisions of the constitution. So that is why there's certain things in the constitution that cannot work now. Because this is a court-ordered convention. If it were an ordinary convention, the process would have been quite different. There are certain things we will be mandated for do, we will be mandated for do. But because this is
that question there. So members of the ITGC, they contest election for become a national executive member. So how they going to be the player and then be the referee back?
Well, I completely agree with you. I completely agree with you that it would be odd for make Dengo conduct the elections. But I made on the rumors that Dengo want for make we conduct the elections for them. Dengo conduct the convention, that we conduct the elections. But those are just early discussions, if I could put it that way, or early suggestions. They're suggestions rather than discussions. So we'll see. But they have the mandate of the court for conduct the elections, for hold conventions and conduct the elections. They have the mandate of the court to do that.
Yeah, no, Ibrahim, so you not think, say, for the interest of the party, it go better, maybe reflect back to the judge. Maybe the judge not be no say, then some member then they go contest. So now when a member I don't declare and say they get for contest, maybe the judge go able to do something, may avoid conflict of interest. Because if I contest against you and you now they make the election, they may go for the same position back. I mean, many people will find that very, very odd, like what you say no more.
Yeah, well, that's a good suggestion, and I think all of that would occur in due course. I think naturally people understand that this election, people in the watch with their eye open. People are not sleep at all on this election, and the elections are going to be competitive. The era of selection is over, and the era of crooking is over. We're too wise for that, not the APC and in Sierra Leone generally.
I like this word where you can talk, and I like the time where you do the constitution where we've been you like this word so much. Why are you always talk about this selection?
Which word?
This word say the movement of selection is over. I like where you can talk about that. Why?
No, I mean it's just the reality. It's over. I mean we have moved into a new space. And we get to understand that if you want power, you come and talk to people. You want to play a role in the party, come and talk to people. You want to serve, come and talk to people.
This is not about waiting other person. I want for deep and go into you something.
Okay.
Like the question they go for you directly.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
You organize election.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, you're a member of the same party where you organize election for.
Yes.
You now get one thing where you only aim at. 2023 election, una for become the victors, of that election day. But with all of the confusion, all of the small hurdles, obstacle, bottleneck, the bumps una they get along the way, how you can feel, taking into consideration that you're not the big man for this election?
Well, thank you very much. Let me say something. APC has never won an election without struggling. And for me, all of this, we say, going to be victory at the end of the day. If you look at his history from 1967, never won an election without struggling. We have never won an election without people feeling that, better not again. In 1967, that is what happened. There were so many people that had left the party in the 60s.
Some things they can tell you, say, some name, then the way you born you picking, that some name to you picking. If you go
Okay.
inside una anthem, yeah, I hear una always say in the struggle for APC.
Yes,
There is
yes,
victory.
yes,
So for say
yes.
una dey follow that thing there, for say before una win pass una get that kind of struggle.
Yeah, no, and that is true. Even in 2007, Solar left 1967, where is 50 years ago or more. That came to 2007, which is just maybe 15 years or so ago. That was what happened. There was infighting in the APC, and Escrow faction and other people there, and the other faction. There was infighting in the APC, which had been going on for years. And at the end of the day, when the party got together at the last minute, they pulled off. So that gives me confidence. History, they teach free lesson. So we get for learn from them. If you learn from, you're able to say, okay, well, this is just APC fight tools. This is how APC prepares for that is force, that they go into low moments. They make people say, but this is a war over. Then we'll beat them out the pool. As you see them confused, then begin say, hey, well, in other roguery. But how we roll in the conduct. So that's what gives me the inspiration, the motivation for we continue for work hard, for make we not lose. In all of this, me not ever lost focus on the goal, which is this pauper regime, this pauper government has to be out of power in June 2023. We have to focus on what matters for this country now. We have to focus on gaining power, not for personal wealth, not for just a feel-good moment to say, okay, we don't take from them, but look now at genuine, true transformation of this country.
Superman will ask you a question, but before you do that one, please, I'll ask you this question quickly. Una so much get confidence that anything una want for win, una the struggle and then una win. Not a secret say this government within a power right don't work for una. But how serious una really feel? How serious you feel say una be for handle this power? Because for say them don't work for una one, but for get too much confidence. Say una can't get something and call overconfidence can disappoint people at the end of the day. How serious una be for make sure una put una self together and focus and then win what una want?
Thank you very much. Overconfidence, I make we lost 2018. Everybody thought it was a done deal. I think we don't learn from that mistake.
Now, because when I feel say this government don't do plenty things that way make the people don't vex.
No. Me not they take anything for granted. Or on any day, SLPP is a serious competitor for power in Sierra Leone. So you cannot underrate them under any circumstances, especially now we didn't get power and where the NSF gets their own fears of APC coming back to power. So they will be very keen on maintaining power. And it's not easy to take out a sitting president. So they are working every day. We know that for a fact that they're working every day for retain power, even when they make mistakes every day as well. But we know that if we close the ranks, we put our hands on deck, we come out with one message, one unified party, we take power. We take power back from these people. The people of Sierra Leone are fed up with this government, and they will give us a chance if we come with the right attitude and come with the right message and show them waiting at the vision of this country, the vision for unite this country, the vision for genuinely try for reduce poverty in this country. We have to stop for past generational poverty, for the past poverty from one generation to the other. These are the things that matter to people in this country. How do we move this economy? How do we unite this country? How do we stop playing dividing this country every day? How do we bring everyone on board, that every Sierra Leonean feels that he gets space in this country, that in voice matter, despite in religion, despite in tribe, despite in political party? Those issues that we have to be advocating, and really next APC government has to be serious about. We have to be serious about uniting this country, about transforming this country. This country was not destined to be last. This pains me every time when I hear or read about us being last in the Human Development Index or in the bottom ladder. Every Sierra now is last. When we believe say we natural position is first. When you look at our history, we were first get university in Sub-Saharan Africa. Now we first get so many things. Railway in West Africa, post office in West Africa, lawyer in sub-Saharan Africa. All of these things came from us, but today we are last in everything. So I think we therefore try to move from that era day of last and go back to a rightful position, which should be a position of first. We therefore work hard. We go there by just wishing it, by just wanting it, but by working for it. You can only work for it in a unified, peaceful environment. And I think that's what the next APC needs to focus on. Let we end this child mortality rate, pregnant women dying so early. The life expectancy is shameful in the country. Why should we be dying so early? There are so many other countries that will take independence that were in our position. They don't left away, Singapore, etc. They don't left. Why should we not aspire to be like our neighbors, Ghana, Senegal, Ivory Coast, etc.? Why should we not aspire to be like them and be even more than them? So these are the things that the next APC government has to pay attention to. Let not pay lip service as this government don't do to certain programs. Let's genuinely move the country forward. Let's genuinely unite the country. We in our APC will get for Bia Bokutin because I know waiting at unleash probably the past 5 years, but we'll get for Bia because that's the only way we can move the country forward. You cannot move the country forward with a vendetta. You cannot move the country forward with a vendetta.
Okay, Ibrahim Sorie, before you remember for left, I just want to wrap up this quickly. In terms of the election will be doing at the world elections, I think it's a few of them left will not be completed. Will not be able to complete them. And how hopeful are you that maybe by Monday the process will continue again?
Thank you very much. So we don't complete all the world elections then way they allow we for complete. In Connaught, we not be able to complete all because the process was disrupted there. So there are a couple of wards now Connaught we were not able for complete. There are 3 wards in Kenema where we've been due from conduct the election on the 29th. We'll intend for do 10 days there. My hope is that this week we can start, next week, that we'll be able to conduct the constituency elections, move on up the ladder through the elections there. My hope is that we'll actually try, if we not meet the cutting deadline of the 19th, that we go there very close to meeting the cutting deadline of the 19th for done beyond mandate.
That will include the diaspora as well, isn't it? Because the diaspora was supposed to be the last one for them. Absolutely,
the diaspora. The diaspora is a special region, and the diaspora will be treated right. The diaspora is important to APC. Most of APC funding comes from diaspora. A part of the intelligence of APC comes from the diaspora, and some of the most passionate supporters of the APC come from the diaspora. The diaspora will be treated rightly, given the respect and honor that it deserves.
Okay, Ibrahim, so another quick one now. So some people in political pundits and they say maybe the PPRC or even the legal process have they help the opposition party then. Because we see other opposition parties say back long on PPRC and we still did this back and forth. You think them institution they help now?
For being clear, whose opposition don't go there again?
No, the NGC political party, they say the PPRC according to what to the
because we family members then go on for no who that did it now. We don't join
exactly
APC.
So you think this institution here, so what other people they suspect? I mean, this is just maybe suspicion, say probably they're not the help at all, not the opposition party then.
PPRC has been helpful to we as a party in trying to resolve and in trying make sure that we move along past.
Wait, hold on, please. You say PPRC don't they be helpful for resolving a problem then? Some people when they listen, we can don't always they challenge or call now say PPRC they play double standard, they're not honest and they're not sincere. So you as a lawyer and you as the person where don't they look at differences, you really feel say PPRC don't they help now?
Absolutely, I feel so. Without a doubt, I think they've been very fair in I think they've been very fair in their dealings with us. I think now we as a team don't miss the opportunity where they don't give so many times. Them we don't tell we wait for resolve problems. Them you know it can suggest the party not being seen or I in particular seen the try for resolve UGC dispute assures that they have a very active role in trying to move the process ahead. They are not responsible for a delay. They are not responsible for the issues they would as a political party. They have tried to solve our issues. They have been even-handed. Non-dealing have been very even-handed. And I salute them for that, and I thank their chairman in particular for that. He has been worried about us not moving forward. He has been genuinely worried about us not moving, and he has found ways for resolve the issues there.
Okay, it's good that we get them from you when one of the most senior person inside the APC right now as we talk, because several times we don't see actually press release from the PPRC. We don't hear out then they come out and talk, and we don't even hear one time where the chairman inside one radio interview don't talk say the APC need for take responsibility of things the way they happen within the party, and they no need for the blame game for the actually blame like them na PPRC or blame any other person. Because in my opinion, I would always talk and say if us not sell you, treat not they buy you. In other words, if una waiting at the party,
absolutely.
Yes, if una waiting at the party, not put things in place before we come online. I think me and Super maybe they talk similar thing like that, right? I tell you,
Yes,
if
absolutely.
if you not give me chance for interfere inside your family business, I know will get chance. Even what I want for do, I know I want the domote all go lock, and then I will feel funny. But if you give me chance, then I get easy access for infiltrate or for penetrate inside and do what I want for do. So I'm happy that you talk about this. But how sincere yourself be for say that word about PPRC, or you want to get ruling in your favor, especially when you don't get petition?
Very good question. Very interesting. No, me objective. I try to act in all my dealings very objectively, and probably that's why I get this role where they play right now. That the court myself do assess me as a character, as an individual. So I try to be very objective in my dealings. So far, my experience, and this is starting even with the constitutional review, because we may therefore deal with PPRC with the constitutional review. They try to be fair. I haven't agreed with all their decisions, especially in the constitutional review process. I did not agree with all their decisions. I take and say, you know what? Two people may mean well, but still disagree. And I think in that case, in the constitutional review process, there were certain changes that we do to the constitution. There were certain rulings that we do, which I didn't want, but we were. I mean, they thought that we had to make those changes based on their own view, and we accepted it in the spirit of in good faith. So two reasonable minds can disagree, and in some cases we disagreed with them, but we still moved the process forward. In this particular instance, where they deal with this convention, I mean, then lower level elections, I have not found them wanting in any regard. I don't think they have acted in any way where they're not supposed to act. But as I rightfully point out, just one thing, as you rightfully pointed out, if us not sell you, treats not go by you. If we don't take our problems to them, if we don't give them a reason to come in, they won't come in. And we should stop giving them a reason to come in. We should learn to deal with our own issues internally. We should not make the issues then so problematic, so big that past other person can help with.
Okay, I'll ask you one last question. Maybe before we let you forget, I don't know, maybe Superman will get one, but maybe ask you one last question. And I go try for all myself not for be tempted for ask you any more question again, because you get busy schedule. And I've been listening to the former Secretary General of the APC party, Ambassador Osman Fode Ansane, where you don't actually point for PPRC, but you talk about three organs them we're actually responsible for the problem na the APC. It's a 1, PPRC, 2, the court, and 3, the government. What do you make up of this?
1, 2, I didn't get 2. I did the government. What number 2?
You get me now?
Yes.
Number 1 is say PPRC. Number 2 is say the court, and number 3 is say the government. You don't talk about PPRC. Let's talk about the government and the court.
Well, that in my own opinion. So let him state.
So I'm not saying your opinion. I want your opinion on the other parts. Then, what do you think about them? Then they actually interfere too much in our activity.
Me now hold that view. They say PPRs interfere too much in their activity. I hold the view that there were, when it came to the constitution, there were certain things that there were certain provisions that they wanted us to change, which we did not want to change, but then based their own opinion, based on the complaints or the petitions that they received from members of the party. And that is how it is what the law says, that after we've been on Komona McKinney, we had to go back to PPRs to even get for deal with objections. So they dealt with the objections, they made ruling on the objections. There were some rulings that we were quite happy with, there were some rulings that we weren't so happy with. But in the interest of moving the process forward, we say, okay, what we're not happy with, let it still going, let the constitution come out. And that's what happened. With the courts, Daniel, let all man make your own opinion as to people are free to hold on to their own opinion. Of the courts. There's some decisions that you don't like. There's some decisions that you like. What we know is that at the end of the day, nobody not forced for going to court. Now we go to court for ourselves. And at the end of the day, when the courts give you an opportunity for we do certain things, members, ITGC in particular, did not comply with the court in orders. There was infighting for 6 months, and that is what has led us to this. They had powers that they did not have, challenged themselves. So, we're here after 6 months of delay. I don't blame the court for that delay. That's making, but the government is not there to make our life easy. They do not want us to take them out of power. So we have to realize that and work on countering whatever the government throws at us, or countering it and presenting ourselves as the real alternative to them and making sure that so that's how I view it. All of us is left to how we handle ourselves, how we prepare for take power. All of us left to be.
Okay, thank you very much, Lawyer Ibrahim Sorie. Lawyer Ibrahim Sorie, now the chairman for the 25-man committee. We don't deal with we today. We don't all and pass the time, so we allocate. So we wanted them plenty thank you for all the good work they do for not only for APCO, for the Salon Democracy CASHAPP. It is very important that the opposition they will get a good footing for make sure so they will conduct elections as fair as possible. And men will be prepared. Men will give the people the alternative, so that if people are not glad with government, then get other party in way to go vote for. So it's contributing greatly towards that. I believe some of the things who are liked by this discussion, including the ITGC holding an election where they say for contest panel. I hope they will begin think about a one term and try for begin think of solution. Many conflict of interest and not go arise. So again, on behalf of this platform, Salon TV Live, on the home of credible news, and on behalf of WeYard, where na the yard of all Sierra Leoneans, them, we want to tell you plenty thank you. And we want to wish you all the best in your endeavor for make sure we able get the APC party able get free and fair elections up to regional level. So
thank you very much.
Yeah, go ahead, Mr. Sorie.
Sorry, go ahead. Thank you very much. I appreciate my time here. Good being here. And wishing all again a blessed 2023. We look forward to victory in June 2023.
Thank you very much. God bless you. Ladies and gentlemen, we don't get Mr. Ibrahim Sorie, we go can level anytime soon. But again, as soon as they see on the platform, we don't get Mr.
So waiting I could say, I think instead of anytime soon, I would just say thank you very much and good night, sir.
Okay, yes. We don't get Mr. Drami, we don't join me on the platform. Mr. Drami says now an aspirant for the position of deputy chairman at the Western region. So Mr. Drami says don't join me. He said for can dissect. I don't know if he able to listen to waiting the chairman for the 25-man committee were responsible for conduct election when he said they take part. I don't know if he'll be able to listen, but as it stands, the chairman they tell we say all things suspend force and they wait for the PPRC ruling.
PPRC the ruling.
Yes. Mr. Nehemiah, first of all, I want to say adu to fambulen, but as you don't say adu to fambulen, so I want to go directly into this debate on all today, where is you as somebody when they participate.
So
and
one
the
thing
candidate
we begin for talk, you know, we begin to ask question to lawyer Ibrahim Sorie. You be ask question about being the player and the ref at the same time. On that note, I will remove the mic from you and turn them back to you in the other way. So in other words, I'll take over from this point and interview all two together. So we go right from the side. I'll start with you, Dan.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Mr. Go ahead, Shedepie. Go ahead, absolutely.
You said not player. You said not player.
Yes,
you
Mr.
go
Not player.
for position. You want for be the Diaspora chairman, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So I
yes,
give
Mr. Not player.
opportunity to other people and then you let the market your business.
Well, you see, that is how fair. I believe, say, I want to give opportunity to all man as well. Although, yes, right now, your opportunity for market my own business as well.
So what we can normally do now we can as well, help other people for do things but at the same time, we can go behind the scene and say, what we self can do for let we help and do other things the way people want for let we benefit from. So we can help people and see how best we help different other people with we name and with other person name, so that the same thing they go to you now. So let's start with you, Darami. Welcome again. We've been on meet here so one other time recently. Just a big phenomenon now and collaboration. You don't join me again. So I think I get some question the way I don't ask you already. A lot of people who watch right I don't hear from you. But I want to follow we analyze basically waiting the chairman for the 25-man committee, what he actually don't talk about. So if you listen and I want to start with the back part when I end at the last thing we talk about. A lot of people they point finger at the government PPRC and then the court say they're responsible for the kind way the state way the party there right now. What do you make up of this? Because he don't give his own view already.
Well, thank you very much. Mina Abubakar Siddiq Darami, the former publicity secretary of the Western Region, now aspirant for the deputy chairman of the Western Region, a region I don't serve for over 10 or so years. We know very, very well. We're in a free-tongue environment. I listen to the chairman a little bit. I not listen to them all, but one thing I will say, one person will get a lot of confidence in the chairman, in lawyer Ibrahim Sorie, because I don't know lawyer Ibrahim Sorie for quite a long time now. I don't know him from school days and all, and I know say now somebody who is steadfast and I know nonsense person, and now somebody with credibility and integrity, they play with him. We get to understand, maybe they expect this as a politician, and I know APC very well, that when you talk about the lower level elections, everybody gets to participate. You're not going to disenfranchise anybody. That is a no-no.
Okay, we actually get in line of freezing and I hope they get but we're not going to wait. And I go over to you, Superman. Welcome
be a part of. Okay. Some people just want to be a part of the process. Say, now we vote for APC lower level elections. Now we go vote. Me as a seasoned politician, and as a person where I work with the constituency, the zones, the district, and the region, the lower level elections don't move me in any way. I only go around for help supervise and all. I not go in for say put this person or this person as a support. I'm not going because I know say whoever wins at the end of the day now the APC win, and the main important thing for win the 2023 elections June 24. So whoever will emerge, the people that emerge as the delegates, I can go to them 2-3 days and campaign to them. They sabi me not to a stranger, me a householding, and definitely then go vote me as the next deputy regional chairman of the Western area. So I don't need to go cook anything. The people that when they go and cause all the atrocities and then things and they about the elections and they now the people that will not believe in themselves.
But I hope you get me. You get me, please?
Yes.
So the question I first ask you now, what do you think about this thing where they talk about una party, the government, PPRC, and the court say now then 3 institutions are responsible for the state in which the party is right now?
Hello?
Yes, you get me, please?
Yeah, Mike, he gets some small problems,
Now the internet, we are not so we don't experience them. So I ask you, lawyer Ibrahim Sorie did not give you your own take on the PPRC court and the government on please talk with people they go and talk say now then 3 institutions now they're responsible for the state in which the APC is right now. You get me? I go advise you fine. Let you leave and come back. Superman, welcome back. You self the go for the Diaspora chairman.
Yes.
And you know, the last time we don't sit down and don't talk about certain things then. But I ask you, as we did so right now, how far you don't go with regards your activity for actually assume that position there as the chairman, the first chairman for the Diaspora.
Well, thank you very much. And Famulem, me be the co-host, me now obviously na sabi me. Mohamed Kamal and call me Supermed, plenty people and I aspire for the APC Diaspora Regional Chairman. My campaign right now, as I say, very healthy. I did consult with so many of the different branches them within the Diaspora.
You know.
Okay. And the response where I get very positive because people they know say me not post I don't approach leadership more for just say I want to be leader. Me not a leader we get agenda. And I believe say agenda is very important in terms of leadership. You get to know what you want to do. What you want to be, you forget plan. You know, they just get promotion, they go below. You forget plan, you want to say, okay, now so and so bag cement I need, now so and so stone, now so I get for do, now so I get for do, now so I get for do. Now that approach me they bring come in terms of being the regional chairman and the Diaspora. I get an agenda, and that agenda, the way I get opportunity for talk to people and tell people what's in my plan. Most people they can say, wow, we are really impressed and we root for you. Then they already say that they support me. They say how they go play parts for make sure say are successful because they believe say if are successful, what most people then they expect, what people not for only the APC party, but then they take and say this, it will set an example going forward for Sierra Leone in general as well. So like as they ask me, my campaign very healthy, and people really give me some
about national issues, especially for the things and way Ibrahim Sorie don't talk about. We'll talk about again because and in the beginning the line not been too okay, so we really like for the people understand what in talk. So we can't talk about that. But let me go into this again. This BNTM, I think it was in December. I will actually be part of that. You will do a fundraising. You know, for fund your campaign, for make sure say you're able for those. How successful that your fundraising been go?
Well, it is thank you very much for you bring that into attention because that particular fundraising will be very successful and another new innovation. Just imagine, I think our first of its kind at the APC party for that person all Zoom party. You just then I host, you contact so many people and will join able fundraise for the campaign and also, you know, I mean, it shows the innovation when one bring camp at this particular aspiration. And it was like we said, it was very successful. And up to now, those pledges are coming in, and that also they support the campaign tremendously. The campaign is moving on rapidly, and they do so well. Thanks to people will be participate for that fundraising campaign. They went a Zoom party, now first of its kind. I believe nobody at the APC no ever come up with that innovation. These are just some of the approaches where I get for use for even help the APC party. Because I even make a promise say. So
tell me about this Zoom party. You know, Adarami, please hold on. We'll come back to you just now. Tell me about the Zoom party. You don't tell us in a Zoom party you fundraise, you get fundraise, you know, you raise fund for support your campaign. You want for use this, but other people who want for know the same strategy. You know, this time around, like we can always sit down and say, anybody ask me, but we channel waiting with the put all the equipment the way if you say you need for know about, we show you we not get problem with that. Because we feel say anybody able to forget, what he able to forget. Not all what you get now they get to. All man God make them differently. They can listen to you, they like your program, they not like me. It not mean say I forget about that. So what are the strategy we use? Or waiting exactly the Zoom party, how you do them?
Okay, thank you very much. And I say go like for share because again I believe say na new innovation. I go let people them use and
because people they will want for do the campaign, but they not get money.
Yes. So what I do for this Zoom party, obviously, I use Zoom as a platform where I the host people them. Plenty people them, all about the world, all over the world, where I tell them a visual, tell them what they try for do. These people, I invite them through that Zoom then and come, we'll discuss, I able basically tell them what me.
You sell your agenda to them.
Exactly so. And
if they like what you sell to them, then support them.
Then support them.
Okay.
That is the main threshold of the whole thing. And like I say, we was plenty, thousands of dollars
Wow.
for this particular campaign. And I appreciate those people greatly. And also my campaign team, where they also be there behind me for support me, for make sure say that particular program they go very well. And up to now, and they get plenty reaction from so many people say, what a wonderful idea. What a simple but wonderful idea.
Because the reason why I ask you, I find out say some people in the launch campaign, that then we get themselves question, why me for support Superman? Or why I for support Darami? Why me money for go pan Darami? Darami na yon, you delay try it. But in the case of your own side, we understand say people and they will come then donate 500. Some even they open up the number. In other words, then just decide to donate, they don't give specific. Yeah, say at the give, okay, so we can say at the give within 300 to 500. So they say they give within 500 to something like that one day. It be so much, interactive, interesting for make people and they do that kind of things and they for support you. So you feel say your agenda and I think this way people will really want for the tap into.
Absolutely. And most of them people will donate. Tell me say, we'll let you have somebody who sabi, but your agenda is completely outstanding. And we believe say it's not some people who donate, they're not APC people. But then just believe say with this kind of agenda, it will set an example where it go good for Sierra Leoneans and Musa Evalende. Sierra Leoneans for make sure say they all come together, work tirelessly for move the country forward. And I say if you be successful, you set this example for APC, even though they're not to APC, but then believe say it not go only benefit APC, it go also benefit Sierra Leone. And you don't set a precedent where people then go able to use for say, okay, we say we want to move things forward. How are we going to do it? This study and the plan and how this person put in place, let we say copy or maybe look into them and learn something where we say we will benefit for make sure say we say we set something or even do even something even better. So the response was overwhelming. It was very good. I was so really grateful to people for that kind of support. Where like when you say no more for people that they contribute $500, contribute this one game person just because of a vision. I was really taken aback and it was very emotional as well with some such support. And I believe say given the opportunity, mid campaign go set an example where really it goes to the test of time. People then go say yes, indeed, waiting this particular gentleman be try for saying that this the sort of approach how for the take.
I go let me see you in a debate with the other guys them we actually want the same position. Like come over to you, Darami. You self day into the race seriously. You try to put things them in place. And interesting, you go for the deputy, chairman for the Western region, a very big position that one day where a lot of people them as well get interest on, and then they see how strategic that your own side day, your area day. Now the city, what's our thing day. Nearest to raw material, all thing they. So what's in your strategy where they use for make sure say you tap in and able for cajole people and for come over to you and not the other people. Apart from the fact that you can't say you don't serve district, you don't serve exact. We need the new things that way you put in place now.
Okay, thank you very much. I don't listen to me, brother Supermed. But I want to tell Supermed, say, we not get that kind of luxury. Day where you get here for all Zoom meeting, people and contribute to the campaign. There are some of that contribution, now 10% send and don't so to you on side now. Now we they give the people, I go appreciate that so much. Yes. When you look at the position where they go for the deputy regional chairman, it's not about me, it's about APC winning the 2023 election, June 24. And then when you look at Freetown, now one area we want for make sure see we win by at least 80% so that we're not going to even go second rounds. So at first ballot, we're able to win the election. And for win Western area where we know say the SLPP want so bad, they want for digging here, so for let them get some numbers now, so we get for make sure say we prevent that. And yeah, so now the city also you get elite and you get people the way now so matter building, now so everybody is so it's going to be very, very confrontational. It's going to be very, very competitive. The reason why I can talk say I don't serve now district, I don't serve now region and all where I can for let people understand. Now because during the service in all them positions and we don't go through by-elections and now so we don't be confrontational. When we then governance, we not lost no by-elections. When we then opposition, we don't hold various by-elections now. So with all the humiliations and everything, we not bend down, we not back down, we not lost no by-elections now. So now just for let people understand that I am battle tested and I'm ready for this. It is not about me winning the position. It is about APC winning the elections June 24. And one thing we get for doing is the 28 constituencies in our Western area, the 78 wards in our Western area, the district council and the mayor. We want to make sure that we win each of them one day with at least 85% and more. So for do that one day, you must sort of understand how the systems and the work in our Western area. You've already link up with your daily union. You've already be part of the OJ society. You've already be part of the Untin society. You've already be part of the secret, the other societies like the poorer society. You get to make sure say the Muslim religion, the Christian people them, you're able to link up with them. You're able to link up with the black streets. You're able to link up with the ex-combatants them. You're able to get control and command of the various groups them, where can stand shoulder with you for make you able to confront. You're able to pull you people them. Man and man the various pulling centers them for make sure say no Yuki or Dabaru no happen there. If any Yuki or Dabaru happen there, they make citizens arrest any neck official or any policeman or soldier they can rubbish ground with the arrest and
one thing
go
you
station.
know,
So
one thing you for know when you talk about citizens arrest, yeah, you know position you do for now, and in some cases when you want for do citizens arrest because this neck official they do something way wrong, and interestingly when they do things way wrong, then they do them in favor of the government of the day. You not think say they go turn the coin back by you and say you don't go obstruct neck their work.
between me and you two, me I'm not afraid jail. Between me and you two, I'm not afraid nothing. Now that make I run for this position. And there are guidelines, there are rules and regulations, there are modus operandi where guide and protect we and how we for carry ourselves and conduct ourselves. We don't see outside people and do things that way wrong like the Koinadugu elections, where people and do things way wrong, where they let them and do them at the end of the day, they get for lead to waiting, lead to we cancel or not in that particular word. Under me watch, that one they know they happen. We go get a neck official there, we can and go to book, we make sure they answer the questions them where we feel saying all right. We don't go do anything wrong. We not say the police they stretch out.
Election what they talk about, so then we say neck come and tell we say the neck official they not be able to see them at all.
Yes, they're not able to see them because they're not arrested. When we get election at Wellington, when we get the election even at Koya, when we get the by-election at 110, we did it even when minister go broke ballot box, we stand against them. And not being outside the minister broke the ballot box, but the time some of we they come, he don't left. Because if I be meet cabinet alone, they trust me at the Bokula and I mean to go to the police station. And then one and they we not afraid them. Now with them power don't have 5 months. Trust me. You can keep me for so long, but you can't keep me for more than 5 months. And anything a person do me, I swear to God, I will never so. Trust me, I'm not afraid anything. There are rules and regulations, and there's a constitution where the government win in this country. And we may allow anybody to violate that constitution there in whatever way where you want. Whether you do with ruling party or you do with Uda. What we want and what they stand up for are for the people of this country. That person went there now where they buy 600,000 euros for bag. That person when able to drive in motor car because here now 21,000 for liter. That person when they not able to eat meat for the past 5 months because now 55,000 for pound now as opposed to 14,500 for pound. That person when not able to cook like outside every day because things in the market on there. That man na street when able to buy cookery 5,000 again because now cookery na 10,000-15,000 for a small plate. Now that one and day we the talk one, now that one and day we will stand up by. That person when not able.
With this kind of energy where you get for actually see how best you can pay attention to the national issues them where they come up. The things that where they mourn people then. But at the same time, they are about things that they happen inside the party. This at all when they happen inside the party. As soon as they talk to at lower level election, you contest for position. They don't stop them for now, and we see how the time they go. Delay. This not a discouraging effort at all.
You don't discourage me. Me be APC, and I've been APC all through and through. And APC, one thing I will tell you, if you're not strong like Kadano can run for position there. So anybody officer then they unpick position and trust me, you get to think back. Once you go to Papa, you say that you position. You have to fight for it. You get to show that you're able to stand up the test of times. You get to able to confront the people. Trust me, you get to deal with the people at the street. Like when they run for position in Western area, I will tell you, say you get to able to work out with the people. And now when they talk to you, so while they drive, now central and they can't see top sleep or can't play or general oversight. That is me. And only security, I can't me, but you see people come to me. And one thing I will tell you, now the most difficult election this will get the lower level, where everybody they come in. After that, we get the delegates them. Constituency election, we will do all this at one green day. District election, we will do all this at one green day. Regional elections, Who they do all inside one green day? When we election, they come for region. Who then are the delegates? And then they go there. You're not to delegate, so you don't get for vote. So you see that I'm in face. I swear to God, you don't get money for going inside it. Because you go inside, they trust me. The way they pull you now, they need glad back. So that is the APC for you. So all this way they see, for me, it's not strange. Now I make one no say I not get a business for lower level elections. Anybody will win, APC don't win, and we focus on for win the June 24 elections. I not go put me on there. I not go try for sideline anybody or favor anybody and all because we all na APC. Now then there's some other people that don't understand. And me or Abubakar Darami, I dey stand on my own record and my own merit. And then say I dey go link or Superman na ina mi bra. Now I do it. So because of Superman vote for me, or I do this flag bearer because of this flag bearer vote for me. No, I am taking a position for risk my life and my family for make I able make like APC win. Let me combat and eradicate the suffering of the ordinary man in the streets. So who them is able to stand up for this position now, them go support now, them go vote for. This is not about sentiment. This is not about sympathy. This is about the people who are able to stand up and do the job and make law win this election. Now that one day we will think about. Not about Soriat, not about Uda fight or Uda war. It is about winning the election and not pull Salon for this problem. Also, where Salon they pass.
So one thing when you begin for talk, when Superman talk about how it raise money, for fund in campaign, you actually say 10% of that, please let's send them because now una they give money.
I will appreciate that.
No, wait, una they appreciate that. Wait. Because now una they give money to people. So what's not the problem? We make all time people they expect forget from politicians. Is it because of waiting una they tell them or what?
No, it's just now the kind part of the world where you find yourself. I did America for 14, 15 years, and now the politics they go on America. They tell me Barack Obama they run. Some of women they on the phone lines and that campaign support him. We contributed at $25 to his campaign. And all because we believe in him. Other people the way then they run and all we contributed. I contributed to the campaign of John Kerry, to the funds of John Kerry, till they run for presidency and other people. When you come to this side of Africa, you get for print and bill like you they spend. You get for do this, you get for do that. People don't believe in giving politicians or supporting politicians, the ordinary man and woman. Even though there are some people that will support you with phones, as some people in the way they support me from the back financially. Like the other day, I get somebody who go do about 1,500 hand bills for me and all. People in the way they support and all, but it is not common as you have it. I mean, as you get them over under. So now the thing that, and when you run today, I mean, then at party office, at a declaration of somebody, Comrade Almami Toronka, will run for the presidency of the Youth League, right? And then a party office, but going to that party office and coming out of where I don't used to go there, definitely people will come and get for buy water for them. People will come, they want transport to go now, then they make their sacrifices. And when you look at them, trust me, them people here, so then they make all their sacrifices. At the end of the day, APC win tomorrow. Then they make them minister, then they make them director, then they make them nazi, all the things in the day for. Once and Sabi Darami, they able to talk to Darami, then they at peace. So if there are people there, they make them sacrifice. If you have your little money, help them with Kolata, help them with transport, help them with them small things, and they not just that. You other people that when you polo, you go make you polo there, you give them, you you flowers them. So now that things also they spend money for. Not that people then believe in the other way. It's just a part of Africa, or the part of the world.
Any government of the day aware of this, so they use a lot of money for campaign people and get them votes.
Well, people, you get to use money for campaign. Even overseas, you use money for campaign, forget the people that vote. Even though you're on a different style, you get to pay for ads on TV, radio, and other places. You get to pay for campaign materials and all. Over here, you get to use money for pay for campaign materials. Other, same way, so as you move your campaign along, you get to provide money for refreshments and other things. It's just about the same thing. Election is money, and you get to make sure you're able to spend for do all them things and they.
All right. And Superman, I'll come over to you again. You don't campaign, you don't talk to a lot of people, and a lot of people don't come again where once this is same kind of position, yeah? And the last time you don't tell me about your strategy, what you don't put in place for make, or what you go get for do for make sure so you put certain things them in place. Now, you don't get a lot of information, how you could disseminate the information. For example, they don't tell you about how, they never forget proper arrangement of Ustem and Usai, get for votes, all of them things they are. How you can make sure say you coordinate with other people and because you're not the big man position you have for go for make sure say other people and benefit from them kind of things they are so where they go on. So not only information, but for make sure say that coordination, nobody not left out.
Yeah, thank you very much. And that is very important. So we own campaign. If we opponents them, we reach out to them. for discuss some of the things them what they feel say, it will be very challenging for we people who go for votes. Like for instance, you see, I raised the issue with like Ibrahim Sorie, just no way I ask say, what about the regional election at the diaspora? The information they get is that even the delegates will go for go votes. We're going for vote for we as the regional executive, the need for go salon. And you almost highlight the challenges them when people are the first time in the diaspora. Now, this could be in a week time. It could be in 2 week time. So I could just go tell somebody, say, hey, come on, America, directly in 2 weeks time for go vote. Just for go votes now, Sierra Leone, for me as a diaspora chairman. That's a big challenge. Even at the time for dialogue with me, competitors and say, listen, make you able to offer an app. When an up-to-date app to the party, where they give all the delegates at the diaspora a code. When they take it for votes, they enter the code, then vote. And nobody they get the same code. All man they get your own code. When they don't vote that code they want, and then they will vote to it again. So that one they go make the people that are able to travel, when are the delegates or the votes, then go able to vote so that they're not going to be disenfranchised. Because if you say let all man pass the people that travel for go votes, then plenty of people don't go meet up for travel for go. So meanwhile, that means say plenty people are going to be disenfranchised.
They're not going to meet up because of time. They're not going to meet up because of transportation. For example, air tickets for go right inside we had salon. You get for think about 2,000. When you reach there, you get for think of your family. Like waiting the army they talk just now. And when they know say you don't come over,
they get for pay $25 on airport.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's just another extra cost.
So
can you imagine? So
all of these they get for take into consideration how it for go. So what will be the response, of you competitors that you compete them?
no, when I bring and come to their attention, they say agree. They say yes. They say superman. That's a very, very important thing. Let we try for dialogue with your own representative then also with 21-man committee, and that's what they try for facilitate, for make sure so we talk to them, make them understand, say, there are other alternatives. Some of them feel say, that's not proxy voting. I said, no, that's not a proxy voting. Proxy voting, I want to send you, say, go vote for me, Pompo Yanda. I said, this is not live voting. As the election they take place in Sierra Leone for the regional election and for the diaspora, then that app never go kicked in, and the people are going to vote back simultaneously. So both voting the happy and voting the happy in the diaspora, and the results all go be tallied together, and it go make like the process as well be very, very credible, reliable, and everybody go know say yes. If I don't win safe, all the things we are supposed to, all the people who vote for me, they're not going to vote for me.
Plenty people, and I go ask you this directly. You not go forward the system because you said the computer, and then I even make the app.
No, it's not possible for the system because what you know, this now let me make the app.
Like what they mean say in the American election, say the Russians they do the voting in favor of Donald Trump.
No, the funny thing about this app, now a very simple app, where if it gets features like WhatsApp, so they're encrypted. Only that code them when they use. Anybody who don't get that code, they need to access them. It's encrypted, yes. So me says if I don't get my own code, you don't get your code. Even though I mean download or bring on the app, I'm stuck. You're not able to change them. So I mean, it is very important again for we're able to try for make sure say as many people as possible participate, and that's my own concern. Doesn't matter if I win or not, but let all my way for participate. These are the delegates them, now the chapter them, now the districts them, because now all the country are districts. The chapter them are constituency and the diaspora. So the constituency them and the districts them, where all the executives and the delegates them, many will get opportunity for votes. But if you tell that these are thousands of people, if you tell them say make them go travel, go salon, trust me, the percentage will go salon, and obviously they will able to get 20%. So by a total percentage of 100%, you don't get 20%. How can that be legitimate? So I hope say the powers to be people and understand. I believe say they don't begin. I mean, the competitors they all up for
the from the last 10 to today, you actually focus on the internet. How to make things simple for people. Instead of then the labor themselves. In terms of, for example, if they have to pay the membership dues, instead of they begin think of how to pay bank accounts and salon, you just go to internet and then you pay this unique, bank and number one that they make. All of these things based on internet, where una they try for do. So who don't get for fund this thing where you want for do so?
Okay, then thank you very much. And again, let's just recap what they try for talk about. So I want to create a website, and as I talk so now, it on works right now. The team don't begin work on them already. This is not like a centralized website. where would they create now partly now they partly fund them right now as I say. What would they create for make sure say the one no diaspora membership now all the districts them now so they put a block them district by district, Guinea na district, Liberia na district, Gambia na district, America na district, UK na district. Now so they will block them. They all of them go get their own page them. Where then they see the membership them, then they able also and see the account detail them. They all thing where they come in and out, in and out. If not the African region, they never use orange money for them all. So that no they work on them now. What team go do for get funding for make sure so pick them to what they do? And they talk this becoming a post the way you say no more. I believe for share idea. And I believe tell the party and say some stakeholders and say if they elect me the first month, but you don't see they don't see me the example what they said. The first month, and they able raise for the party. We party for the election when they come 2023. The first month when they elect me as Diaspora regional chairman, I'm going to raise for them 100,000 United States dollars. And at the talk and they explain how they do them, I'm going to explain back how they do them because it is very simple. When you get a leadership,
I like money.
Yes, make a plan, work at an agenda, you they see waiting for you don't think about them first. You know they jump number one. One of the key things for winning the diaspora now for help party financially for able take the challenge, but get for can face so because now a very serious challenge. Finance can for be very important. Like where they talk so finance for Africa election. I also for know about logistics for move people them when they say voting time. People that in small village one almost smile. They not going to work. They all mind the whole party don't know well. They not going to work. So we not going to forget a logistics team all around the country. That they take plenty money. I'm not going to say now during the campaign time then. So I get plan them in place where I don't live for all these years. So when before say maybe I need to move self command on me host. This money they come because I will tell you say even now we district now in the United Kingdom. I get potential for raise if they make me regional chairman $15,000. So if you United Kingdom alone number for long as $15,000. What about America? What about Canada? What about Germany? What about Norway? What about Sweden?
The last time I picked this up with you. Your district or una region very very much important. It get for be like the support in the horsepower for una party, and it will be as equivalent as una national position. And in fact, una get for the command. Lot of people pass the national. You know, so it's very important that una think and see how best una cable for work, and una need brain for actually do them things and they for make sure say una choose the right person for handle una things them, especially when it comes to registration. Right now, you see how the national they suffer with registration. If they get proper things them in place, they're not for they go to the system when they depend. So una really need for put all of them things them in place. But anyway, we don't come to the end because we don't get some time where we go. Now let's come over to you, Darami.
Yes.
Darami, you know, one thing about election is about money, and at the same time, it's about your vision, what you intend for do. I don't listen you. One of the things them is about protecting a vote. When you bank on, yeah, because as far as you're concerned, all my want the vote, and if you then get that in there, where they say if you sleep, if you ball like wing, as the service man in talker, if you ball like wing, then the kick over head. Yeah, so now you don't think that you want to make sure so you protect the vote, and not as fun. Yeah, we'll find out, say, right now, the election, the registration, for example, some people away, the terrorized people, now inside free to vote, they register, and call names. The Lilo and Slimmer are free to register. But when it comes to the census, now Kenima, now then you go and count. You understand? Lilo and Slimmer are free to. You get other people and where, of course, the soldier team then are free to. And all of this, we know say, now part of the terrorist group then. You know, for make sure say they do things them where they want. You see, you rightly talk about the minister just now, where go broke and box. You know, all of them people are there against Darami. I think they go see you like a small boy because they get all the power.
Sir? The name say they mention. Ask them about me, then sabi me record. I mean them personally. Trust me. From the one that they protect Mother Bio, more feed they install on the ask them party, then sabi me personally, bro. Then they'll never reach there. Trust me. They want them no match. But free tongue, trust me. And on the other hand, you talk about finances. 2018 elections, I run the entire campaign with the journalists them around Dr. Samura Kamara. I put me 2 vehicles them, a Land Cruiser and a Prado behind them. I fuel me vehicles them all throughout our campaign. It's about 2 months or 3 months. I paid them each and every day and all. Nobody not give me single 1 cent. We can raise the money. I go tell you one thing. Once we get a flag bearer, when I give you 1 month, we raise the money once for on the elections. When I just trust what I tell you. Once we get a flag bearer, money will not be a problem. Waiting our problem now, na follow go convention, make we elect a flag bearer. The one that we no go get, then we as fast as possible collapse the network and the systems them. The end of flag bearer, make them support them. Let we get a presidency. Let them walk around and moving forward.
You see,
That's all we look forward to.
The 2 phases on the screen. Apart from being determined, una as well gets the kind same thing when they talk about in terms of raising money. You know, I except otherwise, I see also for coordinate well, national, internationally, for see how best we can able for put things in place. Because money, then they make the world go on, bro. And if you do it your own way, you don't already tell me say you have to raise money not go be problem. This man don't not just say 100,000, but I want for big or something, please. No, not forget we self need something like 15,000. We want for you.
You know, when you don't live on politics for some time and you don't then a government, from there you don't come into politics. When you get up to them particular issues here, trust me, not to everything I will explain in details, but I will tell you, see, once we get flag bearer with the current condition and the current situation of the country, trust me, when they make 1 or 2 moves out of this country, when they get the money there where we need. And Supermed themselves will contribute their own way, go come inside. But trust me, that one day I assure you and all. But the most important thing, it is about protecting our votes and bringing our people out to vote and make sure say nobody, and they repeat them again, you hear me? And they say nobody no go try any you keep under elections. The one thing I go tell you, when they get over 11,000 polling stations all over the country. The total police force at this country, they're not reach 10,000. So if you want to put 1 at every polling center, and not do for them put 1 all side. The total military not reach 12,000 at the country. If you want to put 1 all side, you need to stretch them. If every polling center we station marshals them according to ward executive level and the zonals them. We deploy 30, 40 men them at their centers and they trust me. Hey, you know, get mind for doing lucky. We know election they run now, and trust me, I have a whole print, I have a whole document how to run this election. Allah may happen not only in Western area, but they make sure say we spread them all over the country. And
you know, very important because we get to begin think about non-violence during election. But before you respond, I'll just use this opportunity for wish me brother again happy birthday. Bible here, you celebrate your birthday today. You know, we started yesterday in the last program for actually cut cake and get some good time on this particular channel. But on behalf of the team, I want for as well wish you happy birthday again. Hope so you get a nice, also you there right now. Get a nice weather. Anyway, so yes, we want to talk about non-violence. We want to talk about non-violence, which is very key. And that will be the last, second to last, because the last one will be you campaign again. You know, how to convince your people, and because that is very key, and that brings you also. So, but, you know, non-violence, what will be the message of non-violence? Yes.
Well, we they talk to the people them. First of all, we talk to the government, we talk to the police for make them not come, make them make sure that they stop every form of violence in the elections, every form of intimidation and all. And we say a good day there with the law enforcement institutions then. For anybody where they come with any form of violence, they do citizens arrest. We don't allow you can make rubbish there, you work you go scot-free, so they go to complain. No. We they make sure say we help the police, we they help the military, we they do citizens arrest. Anybody will count Allah. No, we will hold you now, they go let the complain. You now the witness, now you explain for yourself. And we will make sure say you explain properly. Now then we believe in free tongue. Now we believe in a Western area. Because now the people that we work with, now the people that we support, and now the people that views, and waiting the people that want now want do. And President Biosef now want what Allah then So go gladly for some of we. Anybody who care Allah, we all am, we care and go to the authorities. Say this person and this you do. Manifesto explain.
You sure of what you say?
No, when we can report now, then go to explain. Trust me, I know it's here they talk about.
I just want to know if you sure of what you say. You know, you say nobody no wants Alala, including President Bio. It go gladly for now. You sure of what you say?
Yes, he go gladly for we. Trust me, nobody no wants Alala. Whether now or otherwise, you know gladly.
You really support me, uncle. Thank you very much. Superman, what about
me? I dey support you, uncle.
Huh? No, in terms of non-violence. My uncle Amarabio. Superman, in terms of non-violence, what will be the message?
Well, the message very simple. I mean, this is not the 21st century. All man forgets a vision, and I believe say APC as a party. Now we own vision we get that constructive nationalism for. I mean, the message speaks for itself. Look what they live with right now in that country. They really can't suffer what people they suffer. So when they tell youth man, they say, listen, this is not about ala business. Now about make sure say you go vote. Like where they say no more, so, and the vote is protected. That one now we all get for them as citizens for make sure say the vote is protected because that is fundamental in democracy. For letting people them decide, not a person in your way and call what they decide. The people that they vote and that vote will be protected, go count them, record that with the area from them and make sure say match people them from center to center. Knack officer, you say so they put figure inside. When they write, if not 10 you for right, when they say clear one say now number 10 you write. For some by say go
bend
50. You know get for happen. This trip, these salon people all my okay. Okay, tell them the patient and make sure say we follow the process.
And adjust my analysis. It might not be right, you know, but I think I just need to talk about this. I don't need to talk about on this platform. You know, this election really comes to now a very, very sensitive election. So this now waiting I see get for happen. Now, when I own area, like the western, yeah, the north, like we see in the registration, exactly what we get for seeing in the election, now we see in the registration. So. Exactly. And interestingly, before the registration, we did only analyze how we get for talent. For example, police deployment, soldier deployment. You don't talk, say, even now one police and put all over, I know good 20. So, soldier, police deployment get for B, western area, and the north. It get for really there so much that people they look scared for come out and vote. But when you go to the south, go to the east, it really get for be calm. When they talk about peaceful election, now then we get for experience them. So, what thing una get for do for make sure say una be very careful because any small thing, you know the law way neck don't put now, any outside confusion they what thing they do? Then they cancel that side.
And they cancel.
So this is not the strategy. If you not fall for the game, you not play along the game, this is not where I will now get for suffer. And guess what? The government of the day, except otherwise, where God don't come up behind them, but then get the power for do certain things. You know that.
No quick ones, HMP. I think say we have mistaken small.
Please.
You see the southeast. You see the southeast. The idea for say even the southeast go go vote for this current administration. The way people in the suffer in the southeast. So the results okay for coming out the southeast. Wait. I not say now so they expect.
No. Last time you maybe are not done with the southeast. Last time you waiting there about the southeast. Yeah.
Yes.
Like una agents then we get for them at the southeast get for suffer a lot. Let tell you how it happen. If we don't talk down today, una watch the election, una go remember me as the election they go. Yeah? The southeast, how we get for Talek. Una party agents them, we get for big obstacle for them. Yeah? For do counting, especially when the election they come to the end. Towards that even 10 business. You know what they get for do? Then they come with their own bubble them. They can set confusion. If any one of una agents then fall for them, police they arrest them, pull them at the scene totally. And you know what they mean when they pull them at the scene? It means a penalty without goalkeeper.
Brother Shebepi, I beg to differ. You see,
okay.
You said you are coming at Freetown. I go Kenema. I go Kanaun. I go Kono. Moyamba. I see the people them. The way people that determine na then silent day for make sure say
you correct. But then people and they now vote then they go vote and return. I dey talk about the one dem like wetin Darami say na dem get for make sure say they watch the vote dem and protect the vote dem. Well, na that ending na the target. You remember wetin happen in that by-election na Kailaun? You remember? But just by-election na Kailaun, you remember?
Yes.
Good.
No, but that's not we want small by-election on one side. When you say happen countrywide, na different picture. I want let you think of it. When it happen countrywide, na different picture. When we go Bo, the people na Bo, they're so determined.
Yes.
Then tell me say, Superman, you guys will be shocked.
Exactly.
Then so now wait the election happen. The kind of support when me see the opposition party again Bo, I was shocked. And I couldn't believe it.
If you shock
and
Nabo,
I believe
if you shock Nabo, when I talk and talk, what about Kenema? Kenema don't actually mobilize, don't sing before SLPP office, where the chairman for the SLPP na Kenema vex and even say they for sure them people in there because they no go ever take them. It happened. So the support people don't really get tired, but at the same time, we're not for any play.
Let me come in.
Yes.
Shangbapi, I mean a security person.
Okay.
Right? I know a lot about security and all. Most of them things and they say them go in confusion, neck and council and this, that, now we almost stronghold. That one they left around it to me. We are politicians. We know what they do and we know they calculate we steps them. And I will tell you, say we fight, this is a war. And when they fight them, the best way they fight war, now when you get information from the other side and the other camp, you're better prepared. For places like the southeast and all, there's a whole different strategy for them one day. But I will tell you something and I will show you something that the elections they happen on the 24th of June, nothing they change them. Latest by the 29th, then they don't announce the election results. And before 12 o'clock on the 30th, they don't announce the new president and don't swear, put them dates here down. It's going to happen. With the police at the north and the police at the then they deployed in a western area. May I just let you into one secret? Salon police. If we make confusion at 3 places inside Freetown, they not get the capacity for respond to the all 3 together. These are the talking to and public. Let them read the police. And some things are the talk through. Before I say open 5 fronts, they not get time for respond. For able for support and they not get time. Before they tell you say you get for deal with 28 constituencies in the western area and 78 wards. They not reach it in the north and the northwest. Let we left the hand no more. As I wait at the talk about. And between you, the police and the suffer like Satan, bro. Some police say salary not reach 1 million. When by rest, you never for feeding family in a house. They are struggling. The soldier man and they don't turn them to gutter cleaners and then they suffer. Some of them they talk to them in the street. Man go join soldier. He go train for crawl and for shoot gun. Now he can't face them for they can't dig gutter all and shovel. Now they go train na Benguma for.
The soldier
man
man
go train na.
It's very simple. Let's say serving the nation, they can do anything.
No, serving the nation not mean say you go for go ask somebody in buttocks. Serving the nation not mean say they go dig gutter. Serving the nation not mean say they go guard somebody in girlfriend. Serving the nation not mean say then they go put you for standard security na chilling na beach na military guy. Now then they go training na Benguma for. They don't reduce some of them guys here so they don't reduce them to nothing. The dignity and morale where the military mean get. Right? If you see some of them one and they are beg you go shame. What kind of streets are net? From Wataloka inside Freetown. They all in a checkpoint and the Ebra up in the air. How do you go Sabra one by Kolwata? They don't reduce their way also to me are beggars. Come on, you know, you visit them Glady. For them, some of them police and soldier man, they left there, they can't in that street. Big and responsible man there. For them, they can do the security work and they beg 10,000 all let for go feed them family. Do you think that they're happy? You send them by election like Ilona C. Will they reserve that one day?
Small man, kind of quick.
Yeah, no, absolutely. What in Darami says so, it couldn't be more right. Because again, the country on man they suffer. On man they suffer. Can you think that police while they suffer day and night go begin facilitate for the people when they make it suffer? Now that experience I get where Mr. Self travel up and the way go salon recently. The people they tell you that plain. I say when we go what you say don't give the example now Kenema so what's happening. So even at the southeast where then this government go now we strong, they are mistaken. In a way, they say we want kill and for seeing gonna protect them kill them. So the people are patient. They know that a couple of months they come. They want to have legitimately way before say, then they go cast them votes, protect them votes, cut them votes, result come on for that particular vote. The idea, first they go say, go change number, go do this. That's how they vote to Mabu. What they vote to Mabu, that's how they don't pass. That's how they don't pass. How they go take post in Mabu, just so. It don't pass.
And I will tell.
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
I will tell you. I will tell you what. I will tell you one thing. President Biomi appoint Dennis Vande as finance minister. Feel say Dennis Vande popular na Kenema. I go turn Kenema around by him being the finance minister. Money go dey pass na hand for label turn Kenema around. After the former chief minister, when and now the minister of foreign affairs don't fail for hand over Kenema to Ram. They don't depend on one day that Rigma rule and this that they say Kenema don't come on at the hand. Place like Tongo, place like Pandebu Dama, other places. You need to talk about SLPP, you need to call President Bio in him. It's a shame, it's a disgrace. They know I about them. Because of that, they make it on Sakriman yesterday, the finance minister, I count a new finance minister. These people are losing it. Go now, I mean, they're not young chiefdom, and so when you say Marabi Okomot, go there and go see what thing they happen there. The section chief now, and team, Usai Marabi Okomot. Bruh, openly, the section chief, they wear APC polo, they declare for APC openly. Usai Marabi Okomot, now team. The people are not afraid nothing again, bruh. That's why we say they intimidate to people in the southeast. I beg law, watch law, see what thing they happen. Trust me, sometimes the other way around it go happen. But I tell you, this election, the people are much more determined. This is a life and death for the people of this country. The people are suffering. The people and they suffer, bruh. Right now, for let people and two people and they get together, they join for one bag rest. The last year I read food price. I mean, they read food price in this country every month. So Standards Bureau and they give consumer protection. The last food price I read, rest will be 170,000 leons for bag. Now 640,000. Beef, the last price I read, 14,500 per pound. Now 55,000 per pound. Now you see people and don't. Where you gonna market? For my bottle, now by pints they buy. Now actually tax pints and local pints, they all don't come back into play. People are able to afford the full pints of Pamine now in the market. People are suffering. One dozen egg right now 50-something thousand. Today, one dozen egg now something like 8-10,000. Check where people are suffering. You visit them people are so glad, but they see the one and then they pass up and down, then they live their own life, and then they suffer. Trust me, the people they know exactly what they do and they know what they stand up for. Now when they push to this election, I tell you, the day they done is flag bearer. Give me 1 month when they see what they happen, bruh. The other don't move from family and so then they begin run back with speed. Because the writing will be very, very clear on the wall in black and white that your days are numbered.
Okay.
So they were only afraid though.
All right, I want to tell una thank you and ask una for actually give una final words them, you know, in terms of the one way we get for vote for una, we're very crucial in all of what we do. So we actually don't clock 2 hours. We, you know, well, I say especially, I don't know why the internet favor you know, favor, you know, the first man. And for the like, really, we get this kind of network we get, so forget that information at the top of the program. But notwithstanding, the end part of the program, maybe look get fire. You know, the first part gets the information where people need, and this other part gets fire. So the program very much dynamic, and we go say na diversified program. This it gets all parts of them. So I'll start with you, Darami. What will be your word to people that actually really watch you right now?
Well, for let people look out for me. Are they going for the deputy chairman of the Western region when I free tongue? And it's not about me, it's about winning the 2023 elections. We forget for stand up, we were able to stand up the test of time and stand the ruling government. For make sure say we win all the 28 constituencies, the 78 wards, and the district council chair and the mayoral seats in our Western area. Then we get for make sure say we do everything with tie with belt, win Western area by minimum 80% or more, because once we get that, we go to again at the north and we to again at the southeast as first round. Marabio, don't packing bag and can go around Ghana or Gambia back. So because of that, I ask for the people in support and all, and definitely in Supermed, I don't talk, I don't ask them in agree mention. They are the 10% at least. It can come, whether not true Ria or true ZELLE. Definitely I wait for them. Thank you.
You know, as we come to the end, people they don't the grumble for me right now. Like seriously, if not 15 minutes, give me back. But I'm sorry, I think we need for rest. We come out at 10 back. Because Diami he get for the appear frequently, if not so for imposition self, but they get for the appear too. Right, Diami? Diami did it? Alright, the internet.
Diami said, you don't froze in a little bit. The internet
Diami,
is
you get me?
disappointing.
Alright. Okay, let's go Superman.
Yes, I will get you.
Yes, I say we don't be cancelled. People they don't begin vex for me say if like seriously we for extend the program if not 15 minutes, but I don't tell them say that I get for the can frequently, right?
Me are always available. Anytime I call me, I can come back and ask them questions, and then I just give the questions them.
We get for the talk about other issues then. But one for big that will end the program now. So Superman, yes, what thing will be your word? You know, as you said, they go for that position, the diaspora chairman.
Yes, thank you very much, Brother Shengepe. I want to say plenty thank you to the viewers them as well who don't patiently they listen to what we go for discuss about for nearly 2 hours now. I want to make tell potential delegates them that the diaspora mainly they go for. Make them listen to vision them. That time for say I the vote for person and me pardon and me this, who for don't move away from them. No we listen, no we know what time people are get for offer. So Monday and I come out say you want to be chairman. For more we dey in opposition, and for answer the question, say pa, now you want to be chairman, who say you be there? Who say you be there? Where the APC party go into opposition, where the party be the first all kind harassment, intimidation, you know, all kinds of who say you be there? You see though you fall and fall foot, you not do nothing. Wait till no reach now for opposition business, you come out and say, oh, I want to be chairman. Who say you be there? So now they ask a relevant question there to we self and potential people looking for votes, delegate them all about the diaspora. We know we ask because we know what is some of we stand up for. The time where before say this particular administration kind of governance when they ask to people them. Now to unlock people them look there when they talk to us now a victim. We tin up the diaspora. We make sure say we highlight, we use all kind of protest for bringing the attention of the international community to what they happen in our country. So when people are saying that the one can be chairman, then fall and fall foot, they don't have any sleep. Why should they go about the fight for defend party? Defend people because we know say we party na the way forward for we country. We believe in our party. We stick with neck na the line. That's one good attribute for leadership. You leader if you able to stick your neck na the line for the people we want lead. Not to wait opportunity gap. You come up from nowhere. Oh, well, maybe I can't do this. I'll do this. I'll get power. And I hope say people at the diaspora, they follow them, that discussion there. So many they ask some of them people that want to come up for diaspora chairman say, "Pa, who say you be there?" Because for 4 years, when this party faced all kind of humiliation, all kind of trial and tribulation, you know what they see you raise voice talk say, but what did happen? So we people say you're not correct, you're not good. Now wait don't can now. We opportunity to arise to make sure say we get a sober leadership at the diaspora. We they see them people they come and say, I want to be chairman. So me appeal to the diasporans and do you beg, now we vote using principle. Now we vote for possible belief say, then go make that significant difference for we party, but also we send at the diaspora. We send at the diaspora. So that time your appeal to all the potential delegates them. Say, do you at this time around? We not just vote for sentiments no more. This time we party now, we come at the same turn at the same village. No, we don't pass that now. We don't get plenty experience. We don't see where democracy they operate and then country. How long we in the Western world? When you want to be leader, you got to be committed to the cause. When you want to be leader, you got to be dedicated. When you want to be leader, you got to get that humility for stand with the people then. You know to big man where all the people they go stand for the party's sake. You they don't they sleep. You know they do nothing. Now you want me to can use chairmanship. So that my appeal is to potential delegates all about the diaspora say this now the 10 this for now will set a bright example for we party and we country as well. So now we choose the right leadership. We're going to give it that proper direction what we need now the diaspora for we party and for we country.
Thank you very much, and I want to tell you thank you for joining inside the program. And the person who produces this particular program, na Fatima Conte, we actually now the iron producer behind this particular edition, and don't make sure say put things them in place. And of course, we do this program in collaboration. We are Salon TV 1. Media and communication. We actually don't be the lead in terms of hosting this particular program? Well, today I just decided for thief the mic, proper one from Supermed, because it very much unfair to himself. Now the person this person say before he bless himself, he can bless other person anymore. So now I make us say let me turn the mic to him today. Anyway, I appreciate the effort for actually they come with people and follow what they see. You know, tomorrow we get another program. Tell me, what do you get tomorrow?
Yes, tomorrow at Fambulem we'll get another very interesting conversation. Tomorrow we'll get aspirants from the Young Congress. We want at the Young Congress and the Diaspora. The person want become the leader, the person want become the secretary, the person want become the deputy secretary. Now the APC party, Young Congress and the Diaspora region, we're going to forget them tomorrow on the platform, and then we can put some serious question. The brother mentioned earlier on just now about non-violence youth them, they can always associate them with violence. So believe say that particular program they una talk about them, una spread information far and wide so that plenty people them go able to come and pose questions to the young people there. So, you know, like you say, the young people in our future. So, need for the future and back, many people they give from them. And in fact, where young lady back where they among them, where, you know, I believe say most people go on here, now we had and Salon TV Live 1, and it will be a fantastic program. So, do you want to spread the message far and wide? Shame Pierre, we don't lost the audio.
Sorry, you get me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Yes, the young lady could be me interest because, you know, I like promoting women. So if they, I would like for actually make an interest for the program tomorrow. Well, until we meet again, it's another beautiful edition of a program. We will likely be tomorrow. And tomorrow,
8 p.m.
8 p.m.
8 p.m.
Salon time. Salon and
Yes.
UK time. Okay,
Yes.
8 p.m. Salon and UK time. So, of course, we had to go get for collabo. But tomorrow, of course, the other voice of Weird will actually come follow we discuss that particular issue there we get for do with the youth. Well, I want to tell you plenty thank you for where you don't be the host for this particular program, the lead presenter for this particular program. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. You know, actually they do, you know, strong work behind the scene for make sure say them program there so can producing a program of such nature, not that kind of easy thing, not an easy task at all. So I really try, we appreciate you now, thank you very much. In as much as we self get we own role of the play, but when I get the bigger role. So one for telling plenty thank you. And the producer, I know go left and behind winner Fatima Conte, Mama Fatima Conte. Yes, I want to say thank you very much, producer. I think the program then to go as planned. Thank you to you who don't watch, thank you to you who don't share, and thank you to you who don't join me for the first time. If you watch me right now from Salon TV Live, don't forget to like the page before you go, and as well share the program so more people go able to discover waiting they come up from this particular page. We actually the plan for see how best we can get another flag bearer aspirant them where will come and join me inside the program. Of course, we'll try for see how best we get them. This time the bigger one, the way you actually get interest for. Well, all man big, but the names them way you actually they look forward for with the try for see how best we can organize for let they actually come on the platform. And then until we meet and get the information and we go inform on adequately. My name is Sembe Pierre, the freedom fighter. If we hurt you, we sorry. We no mean bad, oh. We just want for make we yard go before. Thank you, Sembe Pierre, the freedom fighter.
Thank you very much, Brother Sembe Pierre, and thanks to all of you as a. Now, thank you very much. And bye-bye.